Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of the corporate jungle so you don't have to. Today we've got a filing from Thumzup Media Corporation, and let's just say it's a bit of a quiet one. But even in the quiet, there are things to notice. Alright, so Thumzup Media Corporation here with what looks like a pretty standard update. They are telling us about an event on the 15th of September 2025. Now you might think an 8K filing is all about big news like mergers or earnings disasters, but sometimes it's just about telling us about decisions the company is making behind the scenes. The important date here is the 15th of September 2025. That is when the main event happened. Now we're going to dig into what exactly they decided to do. This section covers what they call other events. Think of it as the catch-all for significant happenings that don't fit neatly into other categories for these reports. On this date, the board of directors for Thumzup Media decided something important. The big news here is that they extended the time period they can buy back their own company stock. Usually companies have certain times when they can do this to avoid insider trading issues. So they were allowed to buy back stock until a certain point, and now they've pushed that date back to the 30th of September 2025. This suggests they might still be interested in buying back their stock, which can be a signal of confidence from management. They believe their stock is a good investment for the company itself. But it gets more interesting. They also said that for any future times they want to buy back stock, they can now extend those periods all the way to the end of each fiscal quarter. This gives them a lot more flexibility. Instead of having very short windows to buy stock, they can now operate for longer periods throughout the year. This could mean they have a consistent strategy to manage their stock buybacks. Now, a small note here, Thumzup Media is calling itself an emerging growth company. This is a special classification that allows companies to have a bit more flexibility with certain reporting rules, especially for newer companies trying to grow. This filing goes to the Securities and Exchange Commission, or the SEC. They are essentially the government body that oversees the stock market and makes sure companies are being transparent with investors. Let's talk a bit about what this stock buyback means. When a company buys its own shares, it reduces the total number of shares available. This can in turn make the earnings per share look better because the same profit is now being divided among fewer shares. It can also indicate that management believes the stock is undervalued or that they want to return capital to shareholders without issuing dividends. For investors, seeing buybacks can be a positive sign, suggesting the company is financially healthy enough to invest in itself. However, it is important to remember that this filing doesn't give us any actual numbers on how much they plan to buy back or at what price. It's just an extension of the permission to do so. Their stock is traded on the Nasdaq, a major stock exchange. This means their common stock is officially listed and traded on the Nasdaq. So what does this all tell us about Thumzup Media? Well, this filing isn't packed with financial results. It is more about corporate governance and strategy. The decision to extend buyback window signals proactive management. They are positioning themselves to potentially take advantage of market conditions or execute a planned share repurchase program over a longer horizon. As an emerging growth company, this flexibility is likely key to their strategy. They are keeping their options open to manage their capital structure as they continue to develop. From my perspective, Thumzup Media seems to be in a phase where they are focused on strategic flexibility. The lack of specific financial numbers in this particular report means we can't gauge their immediate financial health. However, the management's actions here suggest they are thinking long-term about how to manage their stock and capital. The broader market context for media companies can be volatile, with shifts in digital advertising and content consumption. Thumzup Media's move could be a strategy to weather these changes or to position themselves for future growth. The real success of this strategy will depend on the actual buybacks that might occur and the overall performance of the company in its core business. It's a solid move from a governance standpoint, giving them more tools to manage their shares. What are your thoughts on Thumzup Media's decision to extend their stock buyback windows? Do you think this is a sign of strength, or is there more to the story we are not seeing here? Let me know your opinions in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful and want more decoded corporate news, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to join our Discord community. The link is in the description below. We have some great discussions happening there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.